Hey man, you need help?
Chris, you know I always need help. Seriously, what do I need to get to make the perfect beer?
Perfect beer doesn't exist. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out your flavor profiles and we'll work from there.
So this is a kit, this has everything in it.
These kits are homebrew kits.
Okay.
So there is dehydrated malt extracts. It is the same thing as if you picked up these malts.
Ah,
Right.
now this is a big bag of malt here.
Right. So what happens, you have to extract the sugars out of this. That's called the mashing process. It takes a lot of equipment to do that.
So that sounds like a bit of work.
It is a lot of work. They've taken the work out of it for you, and you have this.
Ah, ground up.
Yeah, these are the sugars. They've basically already mashed it all out, dehydrated it down to a powder, so you guarantee to get the alcohol content out of this.
So this is a safe bet.
Yes.
All right, so we've got grains here.
These are flaked barley. We got flaked oats. These all do different things.
This looks like my oatmeal. Pretty much. It's ready to go. You just pour it in there.
Just pour it in there and you run your mash at 155 for 20 minutes and all the sugars come out.
All right, so hops. Hops are really important, right?
So this is it's a small addition into it, but it puts out a large variant on flavors because each one of these different hops have everything from wood and oat grain flavors to grapefruit, citrus flavors. Let's call it a good IPA at about 80 IBUs. You're going to use about 5 ounces.
Okay.
Your American Lights, you're going to use about 1 ounce total.
So that's what I was going to say. So the volume of it is going to definitely affect.
Correct.
I mean, depending on what type of IPAs, you're going to have more.
Definitely.
Your light pilsners.
Not near as much as most
less.
any other beer.
Okay.
It's easy to make great beer. It's hard to reproduce that exact same great beer because you've got to do everything the exact same time, the exact same temperatures. You cool it down in the same process. I even tell people it depends on how you hold in your mouth.
We got our malt, we got our grains, our hops. What's next?
So we're going to need to ferment this.
Ferment it,
We're
right.
going to need, once we extract all the sugars and we cook it down for our 1 hour, we're going to put something in there that's going to take all of the sugars and it's going to expel CO2 and alcohol. But so what happens is you're going to put this in there within 24 to 48 hours. The yeast will become live and viable. It'll start eating the sugars. I mean, that's what it does. We love eating all kinds of stuff. The only thing is this yeast, once it gets done, its byproduct is CO2 and alcohol.
And that's what we want, people. CO2 and alcohol.
Yes.
And that's where that heat comes from that you've got coming off of that, and the bubbling and everything else of the CO2.
Yeah,
that's when you know I'll know it's working when I see those bubbles and everything going up inside there. Okay. I see that Blue Holler has some beers, so apparently you're successful at taking all these ingredients and making one.
I would like to say yes, but it's an ongoing process of whether or not we're successful with it. Each batch, each new recipe, everything that we do, it could be hit or miss. Each microbrewery at one time was somebody that made beer at home.
That is the American dream. You know what though? It seems a lot easier for me just to go and order it out of the keg over there. I think we should try that.
Let's go see.
I'll follow you. All right, so what do you recommend for me, somebody that doesn't know anything about anything?
Well, so a pale ale,
Yes.
pretty good standard.
You know, I was
beer.
just thinking pale ale.
We have our own variant off of it, so it's a lemon dropped hop pale ale.
Lemon drop.
So you got a really good lemon flavor on the end of it.
Chris, thanks so much. This is an awesome story. You know, I've always known how to drink it, but now I know how to make it.
Yeah, cheers.